Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Emma. Good morning, Jay, Sue, Pilar, Larry. All right, like I said, we're going to need the tissues, so come to your mats if you have one. And we're just going to start in a regular seated position. Yeah, Larry, if you can adjust that for me, thank you. Just whatever's comfortable. If you need to sit on a block or on a blanket, feel free to do so. Have your tissue nearby and your belt, and we need our bricks too. So we're going to start with a breathing exercise this morning called Agnisari breathing, which is a fire breath. But first, let's just close our eyes, quiet the mind. Erase the thoughts like on a chalkboard. And bring your focus to your breath. Relax the shoulders. Relax your jaw. Feel free to have just the hint of a smile on your face if you'd like, not too much. You want to stay relaxed, but a little one. And if you'd like to set an intention for your class today, please do so now. And you can open your eyes. Agnisari breath, fire breath, is done by bouncing the diaphragm. And we do that by just pumping out through the nose on the exhale. So I'll show you from the side. So it's like exhale, 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 exhale. Obviously, I'm breathing inhale too, but I'm focusing on the exhale. And that is why you need a tissue, because it cleans out your sinuses. Whew. So as needed. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to be using Vishnu Mudra. Mudras are a hand position, a sacred hand gesture that help to direct the flow of energy in our practice. And in Vishnu, we have our thumb up, which represents the universal mind. Our 2 and 3 fingers are down, and our 4 and 5 ring finger and pinky finger are up. We're going to cover the nostril, the right nostril, your right nostril, so it'll look like I'm using my left, but I'm not mirroring you. So I'll cover the right nostril, and then I'm going to pump 20 times out through the left nostril. I'm going to then cover the left nostril with my ring finger, pump out 20 through the right side. I'm going to then remove my hand, pump through both nostrils 20 times. And then return to normal breath. Use your tissue as needed. So this is a lung strengthening exercise as well as a cleansing, a Kriya practice. Obviously, this is good to do if you have sinus issues, when we're dealing with the dryness of our New England winters and you get some congestion, this can help. Little saline spray up there and then doing this, it'll really help to provide some relief. So again, we're going to be repeating this a couple of times. So let's close the eyes, come to the breath, take a preparatory breath in, exhaling through the nose. Now covering gently that right nostril and pumping through the left 20 times. Covering now the left, pumping through the right. Remove the hand, pump through both nostrils 20 times. Return to normal breathing. Keep your eyes closed and you're just enjoying the sensations of this energetic exercise. Now, when you're using the closing off one side of the nostril or the other, make sure you're not pulling the head side to side. We just want to put enough pressure to close the nostril, and that's all. We don't want to pull the head to the side. And let's repeat. So taking a preparatory breath in through the nose. And exhaling. Thumb covers the right nostril and pump. Coming to 20, covering the left, pumping out through the right. Removing the hand, 20 pumps through both nostrils. Return to normal breathing. Use your tissue if you need to. And then just relax and enjoy the sensations. The enlivening of your lungs, as well as the brain, the internal organs, as we work with the breath, bringing in fresh prana, oxygen into the body. When you're ready, let's drop the head forward and do some neck rolls. Inhale to your right, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and to the other side. Make sure you're relaxing the shoulders. Again, to your left, I guess. Making nice big circles that you can really feel the edges of the socket as you exhale to the other side. Keep those shoulders down, relax your jaw. Spending any extra time, again, on any areas that may be feeling a little ouchy or grouchy. And then coming down to the other side. Now let's go the other way. Slowly check your shoulders. And exhale down the other side. Noticing how this side feels versus the other side. Can you make as big of a circle, or is it a little bit more constricted? Or maybe not. Another time to the other side, or to the same side you've been on. And then exhale. You can open your eyes, relax your chin, look forward, bring your hands to your shoulders, and let's gently drop the neck, the head to your right side. Now, when you're doing this, try to keep the shoulders down. The hands are there just as gentle reminders, maybe a little bit of pressure on the shoulders to pull them down, just gently. And then just letting the head fall to your left side. I'm mirroring you here. And breathe. Relax the head, relax the face rather, the jaw. And when you're ready, bringing the head up to center, Shaking it out a little bit. Other side. Inhale and then exhale, release the head to the other shoulder. Checking to keep those shoulders down, away from the ears. Just making a little space by a little gentle pressure on the shoulders. Finding your stretch in the side of the neck. And when you're ready, come back to center, shaking it out. Hands on your knees, palms down. Let's inhale, seated cats and cows, looking up to the sky, flexing the spine, shoulders back. And then exhale, pressing through the back of the body, engaging your core, pressing the spine out in the back. Then inhale, looking up, dropping the head if that feels comfortable. Opening, pulling the shoulders back, and then exhale, pressing out through the back of the body. Just do a few of these at your own leisure and with the breath. Feeling the flex of the entire spinal column. One way, and the other. Opening the heart space. And when you're ready, coming back to center. Arms both rise, finding space in the sides of the rib cage, chin is level with the floor. Keep the throat open here. Find space in the spine. Now dropping your left arm so that the fingertips are beside your left hip. Keep that stretch going in the upright arm. Press down on that same hip and start to make your side stretch, finding that stretch in the side of the body, continuing to reach out as you reach to the side, opening the side of the rib cage. Just find a comfortable stretch and hold and breathe into it. And then come back to center. Shrug out your shoulders and your neck. Inhale, bring arms out. Again, reaching, settling the hips in towards the floor. Now bring the other arm down to the hips. Continue to reach up and over. Find your stretch. Really stretching and making space in this side of the body. Press those hips down. Relax the jaw. Find that stretch. And release. Shrug your shoulders and your neck. Now, interlocking your fingers, let's do some nice wrist rolls. One way, and then go the other way. Get the shoulders and the elbows into it now. Nice and loose, go the other way. Shake it out. Fist rolls, keeping the forearms as quiet as possible. This is just the wrist, go the other way. Relax your shoulders and your neck, your jaw. Now straighten the fingers, stretch, fist, stretch, squeeze, stretch, squeeze, stretch, squeeze. Shake them out. Bring your fingers now onto the floor with your palms facing down, fingers pointing in towards your body. Just gently, doesn't have to be anything too strong here. Just getting a nice stretch in the under forearm. And breathe. You can maybe rock gently here if that feels good, or you can just hold the stretch. Maybe noticing how one arm has a little bit more tension than the other. That's fine. Everybody's body is uneven. Nice stretch. And then release gently and shake it out. Let's do the opposite. So now the back of the palms are towards the floor, fingers are still towards the body, and just stretching forward, finding a stretch now in the top of the forearm. Just gentle movements here if you'd like, side to side or back and forth, or just hold the stretch and breathe into it. Release, shake. Now grabbing your belt and holding the belt above you so that tight enough so that you have tension, but not so tight that you have to bend the arms. We're just going to do some belt rolls here. This is also good for your neck. So keeping the chin level with the floor. Make sure you have it wide enough so that you don't have to bend the elbows. If you're bending your elbows, take a wider grip on your belt. Slowly just rolling into the shoulders. Lovely shoulder opener. And if you have issues with one shoulder, you can also do just one side. So you can just hold one side out and go back and forth, one side or the other. If one side is tighter and you just want to focus on that one, you can feel free to do that. And then you can also just go around. Lots of belt things here that we can do that feel really good on our shoulders, upper back, go the other way. Make sure your chin is level with the floor and there's space between your teeth so you're not holding tension in your neck. This also helps to open the neck, release the tension in the neck. And you can release and put your belt to the side. Shrug it out. And bringing our feet, coming back down onto our hands with our feet in a side saddle position. So our feet are sort of at a 90-degree angle-ish to each other, but the legs are open. And we're just going to start doing some windshield wipers first. We've done this sort of thing before, and mess with your feet, whatever position feels comfortable. We're just resting on my hands behind my back. Maybe exaggerating, bringing the hip over to one side when it comes up rather on the side. And when you're ready, let's start reaching over with one hand, over with the other hand, bringing both hands to the back. Nice and gentle here. Oh, this feels good on the lower back. I don't know about you, but this feels very good. You can even come to the side and touch your nose if that feels good. Lots of things to play with here. Nose, or if it doesn't, just stick with what we're doing. And then the nose. Now bringing the arms, lassoing the arm as we come to each side. Nice big circle, the straight arm, sweeping from side to side. Opening up the shoulder there. And then after we've done a few of these, let's practice coming up on the knees. So bringing your hands to your heart, coming up onto the knees, engaging your core. If you have to use the hands, that's fine. Do what you need to do. We're then going to come to the other side. Come up onto our knees, engaging the core, using the front of the thighs, and practice a few of these. Over time, if you do these regularly, I promise you'll have the strength to do this, but it takes time. A few more, just play with it. Nice and slow. Any exercise you can practice that helps you getting up off the floor is a good one. Said, I don't know. I think I made that up, but I think it's true. One more. And come back to center. Let's come into child. Spread the knees. Bring the hips back to the feet. And either with your hands forward or at the sides of your body, whatever feels comfortable. If you need to use a block or a blanket under your forehead, do so now. And just relax into your child, come to the breath. Release any tension you may be holding in the lower back or in the hips. If your knees are grouchy today, you can be on your back and just bring the knees up over your body. And do this in an inverted position. Relax the shoulders, release your jaw. Now bring your hands out, stay in your child, but bring your hands out in front of you. You're going to just walk the fingers to the side, just sort of a side stretching child. Bring the fingers over, just walk them over to the right side until you feel a nice stretch in the left side of the body, keeping the hips where they are. And just when you find a stretch, just stay there and breathe. Continuing to monitor your body for any tension and make sure you're breathing into it to help release it. And when you're ready, let's spider walk those fingers back to center. Maybe a little wiggle here, and then let's go to the other side. My head is following my hands. My head is moving to the side as well, of course. Finding that stretch now as we're moving to the bending to the left, finding the stretch on the right side of the body. And breathe. Release the hips, release the lower back. Maybe release in the shoulder area, soft jaw. And then let's walk the hands back to the center, coming up onto our knees, but with our hips still back a bit. So our hips are not over our knees, they're back farther. We're going to reach forward into our puppy, but we're going to do a twisted puppy today. So reaching up with the arm. Exhale, bring the back of the hand and thread it through the other arm, coming down on your right side of the head or the cheek. You can keep the left arm forward if you'd like, or if you'd like to bring that arm back over to the side of the body and hook it onto your thigh, feel free to do so. Continuing to reach with that underarm, opening that upper shoulder and finding your twist. And breathe. Twisted puppy. Check your jaw. And when you're ready, you can release. Press yourself up to all fours. Shake it out. Other side. Now, again, the hips are slightly leaning back. I'm reaching up to the sky, finding length, and then threading that arm underneath, extending the upper arm forward for a stretch. Forward if I like, on continuing to reach forward with that underarm. And then if you'd like, you can take the forward arm and bring it over the back, hook it onto your thigh, continue to work to open this shoulder and find your twist. And don't forget to breathe. When you're ready, you can release that arm. Come onto all fours. Let's extend the back, the right leg out, and let's just roll over our toes a little bit. Just stretch out that heel, stretch the calf, and then roll directly over that big toe, directly back, stretch underneath the toe, get the other toes in as well. Loosening up the toes. And then let's do the other leg, kicking that heel out, getting a nice stretch, bending the toes here. And breathe. And then rolling forward over the toes. Trying to get all the toes in there. Okay. Taking the knees back a little bit with so that the knees are behind us a bit. Hands are under our shoulders. Just going to do some baby chaturangas. So I believe we've done these before. So the elbows bend, but they go straight back, not out to the side. Body comes down to the elbows. Press up through the hands for 1. Down and up for 2. Elbows are close to the body. Down for 3. And up. Down for 4. Let's try for 5. Down for 5. And up. Very nice. Let's come onto our side, grab a brick and put it on its side, on the shoebox side, under your head. Extend your lower arm out to the side. I'm on my left side, so I'm extending my lower arm out and with the palm down for support. I'm bringing the other hand bent and in front of my chest. I'm going to extend the legs out. On your inhale, bring the top knee up. Exhale, knee to the sky with the foot facing down towards the other knee. Inhale, bring the foot up behind that knee. Exhale, bring the knees down together. Inhale, knee up. Exhale, bring the foot down to the lower knee. Inhale, bring that knee to the floor. And exhale, straighten the legs. This is hip rotational work, controlled articulated rotations of the hip, but it's a little confusing, so just bear with me and stay with me. Inhale, knee forward. Exhale, knee up to the sky, foot to the lower knee. Inhale, foot up behind the knee. Exhale, knees together. Inhale, knee up. Exhale, foot down. Inhale, knee down. Exhale, straighten one more time. Inhale, knee forward. Exhale, knee up. Inhale, foot up. Exhale, knees together. Inhale, knee up. Exhale, foot down. Exhale, knee down. Oh, inhale or knee down, sorry, and exhale, straighten the leg. Okay, good. Let's try the other side. I'm going to flip the other side so you can see me. So again, head on a brick for support. Extend your legs, extend the underarm, palm down for support. My headset, this is a pain. Okay, do the best I can here. All right, extend the legs. Inhale, bring the top knee up. Exhale, knee to the sky. Inhale, foot up. Exhale, knees down. Inhale, knee up. Exhale, foot down. Inhale, knee down. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, forward. Exhale, knee up. Inhale, foot up. Exhale, knees together. Inhale, knee up. Exhale, foot down. Exhale, knee down. Exhale, straighten. Last time. Inhale, knee forward. Exhale, knee up. Inhale, foot up. Exhale, knee down. Inhale, knee up. Exhale, foot down. Inhale, knee down. And exhale, straighten your legs. Taking just a time to loosen up the hip and work through the full range of motion. Coming onto all fours, let's come into our downward facing dog, pressing through the tops of the hands, spreading out your fingers, tucking the toes, pressing the hips up to the sky, walking out your dog. Let's take a few breaths here. Shake your head yes and no. Release your jaw. Maybe looking from side to side. On your next inhale, let's bring your right leg up to the sky. Bend the knee and drop that foot over the opposite hip, opening and turning that pelvis to the side, keeping the weight as evenly distributed between your hands as you can. And breathe. Hip opening here. Bringing the leg back up, straighten the leg, and bring the foot back to the floor. Walk it off, three-legged dog. I just saw one of my grandson's toys under the under the couch as I'm doing this. So good that we did this. Okay, inhale, let's bring the other foot up. Bend the knee and drop the foot behind your hip. Hands both pressing evenly into the mat, three-legged dog. Open that pelvis. Allow gravity to do its thing here and breathe. Strong arms. And then let's bring both feet together. Bend the knees and walk to the front of the mat, coming into our forward fold. Uttanasana. Now grabbing your left ankle-ish with your right arm, grab the opposite elbow or shin with the other hand. And let's just soften the knees, come into a twisted forward fold. Keeping the knees nice and soft here, maybe softly swaying back and forth, just have a nice release of the lower back. Now take your right arm, release, place it over the other arm so that we go the other way. Funny how it feels so awkward one way or the other. And breathe into this release. And when you're ready, bring the hands to the floor, come up onto your tip tops, fingertips, halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, release into the fold. Inhale, bring your hands to your hips, engage your core, press through your heels, hinge up to standing. Bending your knees and taking your feet about hip width apart. Let's just do some swings here. Bouncing nice and loose with the hips. Just go gently side to side, just ragdoll the arms back and forth. Make sure your chin is nice and loose here as well. If you'd like to get more energy, you can do it faster, raise the arms so that they're more coming up around the shoulders. That's fun too. Just whatever feels good to you today. Getting the energy going. And slow it down. Coming into our mountain pose. Let's bring our big toes together, lift and spread the other toes, place them on the floor, making sure that the outside of your feet are in line with the sides of the mat. Closing the eyes, or softening them if you need them slightly open for balance. Hands at your side, coming into our Tadasana, our mountain pose. Bringing our focus to the connection of our feet with the earth. Now feeling the energy rise from the earth up through the arches of the feet, lifting those arches, engaging our legs, our calves, bringing that energy up now into our kneecaps, into our thighs, engaging our hips, our Mula Bandha or Uddiyana Bandha, feeling that energy entering our torso and rising up the back of our spine, opening up our heart space, pulling open the shoulders, feeling that energy rise up between our shoulder blades and up through the back of the neck as we engage our Jalandhara, or our Jalandhara Bandha at the chin. Feeling the energy rise up the back of the head and out through the crown chakra. Coming to the Ujjayi breath. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Take your feet a step apart, about hip width, preparing for our dynamic flow. Let's exhale through the fingertips. Inhale, the arms reach up to the sky, finding space. And exhale, hips go back as we hinge to the floor. Inhale, up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step back right. Exhale, step back left, downward facing dog. Inhale, bringing the shoulders over the hands. Exhale, lowering the body, knees first, or bringing face directly to the floor. Coming into our back work here. Inhale, baby cobra, lifting the hands, shoulders, and face off the floor. For 2 breaths, squeezing the back of the body. Inhale and exhale down. Inhale again, lifting the head, hands, shoulders, squeezing those elbows back together behind the body, finding more lift. And exhale down. Now moving on to our locust. Now lifting the feet, hands, shoulders, head off the floor. Squeeze the entire length of the spine, all of the muscles in the back of the body. Inhale one more time and exhale down. Last time, feet, hands, shoulders, face. Exhale, hold. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale down. Inhale, pressing back to our child. 3 breaths here. On your next inhale, spreading the fingers wide, tucking the toes, pressing up into downward facing dog. 5 breaths. 1. Inhale. And exhale, working your calf muscles, stretching those hips to the sky as you inhale for 2. And exhale, shaking the head out. Inhale. Maybe coming up on your toes if you'd like. And exhale, maybe coming into crouching dog if you'd like. Inhale for 4. And exhale, stretching, pressing through the tops of the hands, whole stretch in the whole back of the body. And exhale for 5. Soften the knees on your next inhale. Walk gently to the front of your mat, coming into your forward fold. Inhale, coming up, fingertips. Exhale, forward fold.
Inhale, bring your hands to your hips, engage your core, press through the heels, and hinge up to standing. Right back into it. Inhale, arms rise, reaching, stretching. Exhale, hips back, coming into our forward fold. Inhale, up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step back, this time with the left first. Exhale, step back into the right. Coming into our plank as we inhale and roll forward over our shoulders, over our hands. Exhale, knees, chest and chin, or directly to the floor, whichever you prefer. Coming into now our cobras. Inhale, lift the hands, shoulders, head. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale for 1. Inhale for 2. And exhale down again. Inhale, hands, shoulders, head. Exhale for 1. Squeezing, squeezing, squeezing. And exhale down. Locust. Feet off the floor, hands, shoulders, head. Exhale for 1. Inhale for 2. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. More height. And exhale, release. One more time. Inhale the feet, hands, shoulders, face. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Press through the hands, come into chow. 3 breaths. Hands can be forward or at your side if you'd like. And exhale. Inhale for 2. And exhale. Inhale for 3. And exhale. Inhale, bring your hands forward, spread your fingers, tuck your toes. Coming into downward facing dog. Inhale, 5 breaths. And exhale, hips to the sky. Really get a nice lift in the hips, stretch throughout the back of the body. And inhale for 3. And exhale. Inhale for 4, taking any wiggles or jiggles you'd like here. And inhale for 5. And exhale. Soften the knees. Gently walk to the front of your mat, coming into your forward fold. Inhale up halfway onto the fingertips, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bring your hands to your hips, engage your core, press through the heels. Hinge up to standing, hands at your side. Keep your eyes closed for just a moment. Resting breath. On your next inhale, inhale, the arms rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, step back with the right foot. Keep the knee up. Bring your hands to the right side of your left foot, coming into our lizard pose here. And I'm on my back toes. Back leg is lifted and off the floor. Now, if this is too strong, you can also give that back leg a little bend in it. You can even, if it's just too strong, you can bring the knee down. But we want to work on getting that knee up because you get a stronger stretch and really start working into the psoas muscle, which causes a lot of lower back trouble. Staying here, if you'd like, coming down on to the forearms, if that's available. If it's not, just stay where you are. Taking the hand that is closest to your foot now, sweep it up to the sky, find a twist. Tuck your chin. You can turn the head, but keep the chin tucked. And breathe. Twisted lizard. And bring the hand down. Press through the hands, come back to standing into forward fold. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Bring your hands to your hips. Engage your core, press through the heels, and come through standing. We'll do the other side. Bring the hands down to the side. Shrug your shoulders a little bit. Take a breath. On your next inhale, let's bring the arms up. Reach for the sky. Find space in the sides of the rib cage. Exhale, hips go back. Hands to the floor, soften your knees. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Now, hands to the floor, step back now with the left foot. Bring both hands to the inside of your right foot. And you might have to wiggle that right foot out a little bit to get it out of the way so you can get both hands down. And again, softening that back leg if you need to, lifting it as you can to find that stretch, that inner groin, psoas stretch there. That's the psoas muscle, I think I've mentioned before, it connects the top of the leg to the lower back and goes deep, runs deep into the pelvis. So it's hard to find this stretch. Again, if it's available to you, coming down onto your forearms for a deeper lizard, continuing to focus on lifting that back leg. And then taking the hand that is closest to the foot, inhale, sweeping it up to the sky, finding your stretch. Engage your chin as you look past the hand. Opening that heart. And then bringing the hand now to the outside of the foot, pressing through the hands, coming into our forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, coming up onto the fingertips. Exhale, deeper into the fold. Feel free to soften the knees here. Hands come to the hips, engage your core, press through the heels, and come up to standing. Shake it out. Last week, we did a little bit of balance work using tree, and we are going to do tree again, but this time we're going to do side bending tree. Just getting this here. So I like to stand off my mat for balance exercises. I just get a better footing, feeling with my foot connection with the floor. So again, as with all balances, we're going to find a point of focus on the floor. We're going to shift the weight onto one leg. We're going to pull the body in, engage the core, and then bringing the foot to the side of the leg above the knee, not on the knee. Bringing the hands to the heart. Engage your core. Raising the hands if you'd like. That's a little harder, especially when you're talking. And then release. Shake it out. Actually, I don't think we did tree last week. I think this is, no, we did, but we'll do tree, but then we're going to do side bending tree. So same thing, other leg, find your focal point. And release. So side bending tree, we use Yan Mudra. Yan Mudra is when we touch the thumb to the pointer finger. The thumb represents the universal consciousness. The pointer finger represents the self. So when we're uniting them, we're controlling that energy and using that energy.
and the other 3 fingers represent various human natures, the gunas. So we're focusing that energy. So I'm going to try to talk and do this at the same time. So coming into our tree pose. This time we're going to bring the hand in Yan Mudra over the bent leg. I'm going to bring the other arm up, reaching, and then come to the side as my hip goes to the opposite side and coming to our side bending tree. And release. Shake it out. Do the other side. And release. Shake it out. Bringing your bricks to the front of your mat, one on either side, and with your hips feet about hip width apart. Let's step back with the right foot. And my right foot is angled at about a 45-degree angle and over to the right side of my mat. My left foot is about hip width apart, on more towards the left side of my mat. Hands are on my hips as I inhale, open the chest, and exhale, pulling that front hip bone up into the socket, hinging from the waist, and come into my forward fold. Now you can use the bricks here because we're trying to elongate. The way this pose works for me is to elongate the spine as though someone was pulling my head with a cord coming out the top of it. It's not about touching your nose to your knee. It's about finding that length, and as well as a lovely stretch along the back of the front leg. And breathe. Now placing the one brick down, perhaps on one of the sides, taking your opposite arm and crossing it over that front leg, bring the hand onto the block. I might like it about there. Take the free arm over the back of the body and place your hand on your sacrum. That's that hard, flat spot between your hip bones. Finding your stretch, Prasarita, Trikonasana, twisted triangle. And breathe. I haven't changed my leg position. They're in the same position as they were for the first pose. And then release. Now adjusting the back foot so that my back foot is now, I'm on my toes and my foot is facing forward. Bringing my hand, my right elbow over my left. The front knee is bent, and we're going to bring my hands together in Namaste prayer, pressing the hands together, tucking my chin, and then looking up towards the sky. Prasarita Parsvakonasana. Releasing the arms, using your block, coming to the front of your mat. Let's bring the arms up. Hands come to heart. Let's take a resting breath. How are we doing on time? Okay. We'll do the other side. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, forward fold. Let's step back with the left leg. Adjust your blocks now so that you have them on either side of your foot. Keep the front leg straight. It's facing forward. The back leg is straight and facing to the side. With our hands now coming up to standing, our hands on our hip, hips are facing forward. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, coming forward and grabbing your bricks. at whatever height feels comfortable to you. Finding that stretch. And again, finding this length in the spine. When you're ready, keeping the legs as they are, placing the block on the outside of the foot to its lower side. Take the left arm over the right leg, placing your hand on the block at whatever height is. I like that a little better. And then I'm going to bring my free arm back over my sacrum, opening my shoulder, tucking the chin and looking up towards that upright elbow. Maybe a little more opening in the shoulder. And release. Bending the front knee, now straightening the toe in the back so that it's facing forward. Bringing now my left elbow over my right knee. Hands come together in Namaste prayer, pressing through the hands and finding your balance, opening that shoulder, looking up past the upright elbow, and breathe. Release. You can use your bricks to come to the front of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha. And exhale, deeper into your fold. Bring your hands to your hips, gauge your core, come up to standing, hands at your side. Take a moment with your eyes closed and breathe. Now coming to, we're running short on time today. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, down. Move blocks out of the way. And let's step back down, come onto our knees, cross your ankles behind you, and come to a seated position. Pressing back, let's lay down. Just do a couple of things here. Let's extend your left leg, interlock the fingers over the right leg, and pull that right knee up to the right shoulder. Just finding your stretch here. And then let's switch, do the other leg, extend the right leg now, heel out, and bring the left knee up to the left shoulder. Bring both knees up, bring your hands to the inside of the knees, let the knees fall to the side for a gentle stretch between the legs, the groin area. Make sure you're relaxing the chin and the head, the neck rather. Bring the feet down, hands to the floor. Let's lift the hips, give them a little shimmy. Place the hips down, extend the legs, extend the arms, take a nice stretch. And when you're ready, let's prepare for our Shavasana. Checking the body, scanning it for any tension. Let your feet fall to the side. Check your hips, give them a little jiggle, check your belly. Relax your lower back and your arch of your back. Let the hands fall to the side. The shoulders feel heavy against the floor. Relax the mouth, the jaw, the eyes. And just come to normal breathing. Coming back to the awareness of your breath, beginning to gently wiggle your toes and your fingers, rolling your head from side to side. And bending your knees when you're ready. Rolling over to your right side and taking a moment here with your eyes closed. One more breath. And on your exhale, pressing yourself up to a seated position, eyes closed. Bring your hands to your heart, coming back to your intention, seeing it filled with the love and the light and the energy of your practice today, filling it with that joy and sending it out into the world. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Have a wonderful week. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you, Robin.
You're very welcome.
Namaste.
Thank you, Robin.
You're welcome. Have a wonderful week. I'll be sending the video out later today.
Thank
Hope
you.
you can use it.
Thanks again.
Bye-bye.